இல்ல அதான் நீங்க சகா மேம் நம்பர் ஒரு தடவை ஃபோன் பண்ணி பேசு. சார் அவங்க திருச்சிக்காரங்க தான். லண்டன்ல இருக்க மேடமே தமிழ்ல தான் பேசுவாங்க. லண்டன் இல்லமா, சவுதி அரேபியா. லண்டன் எங்களோட சீஃபஸ்ட் லண்டன். ஓகே. மொத்தத்துல தமிழ்நாட்டுல தான் ஒருத்தரே பிடிக்கிறது இல்ல. நீங்க எதுக்கு இன்டர்நேஷனல் கண்ட்ரோல்ஸ் போறீங்க? ஐயோமா நந்து நேத்து அந்த மேடம் வந்து இப்போ லைவா வர்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. எப்படி என்னன்னு சொல்ற வேலை கிடைச்சது. நான் கேக்குறேன். நேத்து காலையில ஒரு அருணோட ரிலேட்டிவ் ஆக்சுவலி நம்பாளுக்குதா முஸ்லிமா கன்வெர்ட் ஆயிட்டாங்க. அவங்க ஹஸ்பண்ட் அங்க ஒர்க் பண்றாரு ஃபாரின்ல. அப்புறம் இவங்களும் அங்க போயிட்டு பாருங்க, ஃபாரின்ல நம்மளுக்கு எல்லாம் வேலை கிடைக்கிறதுலாம் ஈஸியா கிடைச்சிடும். இல்ல தம்பி காலேஜ் ஸ்கூல் அதெல்லாம் நம்மளுக்கு எல்லாம் கிடைக்கிறது கஷ்டம். அதர் கண்ட்ரில கிடைக்கும். அரபுல தான் கிடைக்கும். திவ்யா மேடம் ஆமா 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 எமிரேட்ஸ்ல தான் கிடைக்கும். எமிரேட்ஸ்ல கிடைச்சாவே போதும்பா. இதுல கிடைக்காது. ஐரோப்பா கண்டத்துல கிடைக்காது. ஐரோப்பா கண்டத்துல கிடைக்காது. ஐரோப்பால கிடைக்கும் சார். அரபுல இருக்கு. ஐரோப்பால கிடைக்காது. மேடம் எல்லா கிளாஸ் சார்ஜஸ் அவங்க ஸ்டூடண்ட்ஸ்க்கு பாஸ் பண்ண சொல்லுங்க. கீழவே யூடியூப் லைவ் லிங்க்கும் போறேன். அதுலயும் பாஸ் பண்ண சொல்லுங்க. சார் நீங்க ஸ்கை நம்பர் பேசி பாருங்க அப்படி சொல்றாங்க. அவங்க வர கிளாஸ்ல இருப்பாங்க. மெசேஜ் அனுப்பி போடுங்க. நம்பர் எடுத்துட்டீங்களா? நம்பர் எடுத்துட்டேன். மேடம் நான் நேத்து 2000 கொடுத்தேன். பில் வரல. பில் வந்து லாஸ்ட் ஓகே மேடம் உள்ள வந்துட்டீங்களா? வந்துட்டு திரும்ப வெளியில போயிட்டேன். அந்த லிங்கை காப்பி பண்ணி கூகுள்ல போட்டு அப்படி வந்தேன் நானு. அப்புறம் நம்ம ஃபீட்பேக் லிங்க் அப்படியே இதுல வந்து போடுறதும் போய்டும். ஃபீட்பேக் அதான் நெட் குரூப்ல எல்லாம் போட்டுட்டு இருக்காங்க. அதே லிங்க் போடுங்க. அப்ப எல்லாம் முடிஞ்சு ஈவினிங் போட்டா போதும்ல. ஒவ்வொரு செஷன் போடலாம். ஒவ்வொரு செஷனும் போடுங்க. ஃபீட்பேக் லிங்க் வந்திருக்கும்ல, அந்த செஷன் போட்டு விட்டுருங்க. இப்ப இதுல எப்படி இந்த ஃபீட்பேக் லிங்க் போட்டு விடுறது? மேம் கமெண்ட்ஸ்ல போடுங்க யூடியூப்ல. இங்க பாரு. நீ முடியற வரைக்கும் நீ பக்கத்துல தான் இருக்கு. இரு இங்க பாரு. இந்த ஜூம் ஐடி இருக்குல, இதுல chatல போட்டு விடு. chatல கிளிக் பண்ணா ஓபன் ஆகும். அதுல போட்டு விடு. ஓகேல மேம் பேசுறீங்களா? பேசுங்க. ஆமா பேசுங்க. மைக் ஆன்ல இருக்குங்க. பேசுங்க. எங்கம்மா சவுண்ட் வர மாட்டேங்குது. சவுண்ட் ஸ்பீக்கர்ல எப்படி வரும்? மேம் மைக் மியூட் பண்ணுங்க.
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? Can you hear me? Is everything fine? Hello? Can I get some? Is it fine? Hello?
ஹலோ மேம், ஜூம்ல தான் நான் பேசிக்கிறேன் சார். மேம் குட் மார்னிங்.
We are starting at 11.
Ma'am?
11 o'clock, Nandakumar.
As usual, ma'am, at 10:45.
Okay.
Yesterday we spoke about that. But என்னன்னா இன்னும் ஒரு 5 minutes எல்லாரும் வந்துருவாங்க.
No problem, no problem.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, the video and audio is comfortable? இல்லக்கா. சார்?
மேடம் இருக்காங்களா உள்ள?
Good morning, students. Good morning. Ma, please ask your friends to join this conference, ma. Everyone should join it. உங்க ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸை நீங்க கூப்பிடுங்க. ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸை கூப்பிட்டு ஜாயின் பண்ண சொல்லுங்க. Session will start at 11 o'clock.
Hello.
Good morning.
Ma'am, good morning, ma'am. Hi, ma'am. Sir, ஒரு நிமிஷம். நீங்க என்ன நடந்தது? நீங்க அந்த போய் ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Now you can unmute, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. Nandakumar. Good morning.
Morning, ma'am. Have a pleasant day. Okay, shall we start the program, ma'am?
Yes, doctor, please.
Okay, ma'am. Because the program is also going live also. So,
Okay.
rest of the students who are not able to connect with the Zoom, they will communicate in YouTube.
That's fine. That will be fine. We can go.
Okay. 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 Probably we'll start the program. Mr. Maria Mahajan, the co-host of this session, he will start the session formally.
Good morning to all. This is Maria Mahajan. It is a happiest moment of the second day, third International Virtual Conference organized by Department of Computer Science and Application.
Class அனுப்பிட்டீங்களா? கிளாஸ் பிள்ளைங்களை அனுப்பிட்டீங்களா? வர சொல்லிட்டீங்களா? Zoom ல வர சொல்லுங்க.
It is my privilege to honor our management peoples
Madam,
and executive directors, chief executive,
சொல்லிட்டீங்களா?
principals
வர சொல்லிட்டீங்களா?
of Vikas, director academic,
போட்டு அனுப்பி எவ்வளவு நேரம் ஆச்சு போட்டு?
COE, dean, faculty members, and beloved students. A warm welcome to all. It is a great honor for me to introduce the chief guest, Dr. Sahaya Arlia ma'am. She is today's chief guest of the first section. She got MTech PhD in Bharathasan University. She has more than 10 years teaching and research experience in abroad. Now she is working as an assistant professor. I'm a very wonderful chief guest. She's an innovative and informative person. We are going to hand over the session to Dr. Sagai Arlia ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that warm welcome. Hope I am audible. Is my audio, video both fine? Are we ready to go?
Everything is fine, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for that warm welcome, sir. Please allow me to share my screen. And once again, I thank Vivekananda College for providing me an opportunity to interact with to the students and to share the knowledge, which is the best part and which we always love to do. So thank you for that opportunity. I also want to thank personally Dean Sir as well as all HOD as well as Padmanabhan Sir as well as HOD Kumar Sir and all the other HODs as well as Dr. Nandakumar for this wonderful opportunity, the collaborations which we are having and sharing our knowledge with you is what is more valuable than everything. So thank you very much for that. With this note, we'll go for today's session. That is hardly will take around 45 minutes to an hour to just run through on the topic of blockchain, which is one of the, blooming industry which is happening today. Nowadays, UG students have started doing projects with blockchain. So companies which come to for recruitment are also asking about their basic knowledge in blockchain. not only just the theoretical part, also about the practical part and the implementation of blockchain is expected. And as far as I heard, the government of India itself is taking steps to implement this blockchain in a higher level of linking from the Aadhaar card and things like that. So the key point is the knowledge of the blockchain is definitely going to help in terms of job perspective and in terms of the other perspectives as well. So with this, we will go ahead to the topic of outline and furtherances of blockchain, which means the overall aspect of as well as the future scope and the limitation challenges of the blockchain. So this will be the flow of our presentation. I'm going to talk to you about what is first a blockchain, what is smart contract, and what is Ethereum, and what are the challenges related to the blockchain. So let me start first with a basic from the scratch idea of what is blockchain. So here is a wonderful slide which talks about first what is a blockchain. This is a proper way for you to understand. We have here ledger, okay, all with a commerce background or who have taken commerce as an elective or somewhere will understand a simple hard copy ledger what we have, which maintains all the record. Now, the transformation of this ledger, that is a hard copy, into a soft copy in a shared purpose, right? Shareable to all the people, which is called as a blockchain. So it is a soft copy, or else I can tell that as a ledger, which is trusted and it is distributed. In a hard copy, what happens? The hard copy is maintained only by one person, right? Either if I miss the ledger or if I need, I have to take a photocopy. So the updation is lagging. Whereas we can see that one soft copy is there, which is merged and happening with the others as well, which is called as a blockchain. So every block is connected together, which is called as a chain of the blocks, which we are mentioning over here as well, right? So that's called as a blockchain, right? Each block which contains certain informations which are connected with each other, which is called as a chain of blocks merged with together. I will give you an example for your better understanding, but let us give much more detailed view about why it is useful. See here, when you would have studied computer network subject, you would have come across a concept called as centralized network. But as far as blockchain is concerned, we understand that it is a decentralized concept, which means according to each of the block, it is connected and it is decentralized with each other, right? It is not combined, which has only one central hub, but it is decentralized with each other. It is broken into small networks, right? And here towards my right, I have something called as distributed ledger, where the meaning of public and private, right? Here, public network, we see that we aren't aware who is the user coming, who is the user going. They are in the anonymous status, whereas in private, we see that the user are not in anonymous. I know who is connecting. Now, here is again another example which talks about the blockchain. You can understand, as I told you earlier, one block is nothing about which contain details of one transaction. For example, you as a student, one block contains the detail of one subject mark. Correct? One subject mark, right? Or one semester on the whole, all the subject, right? So they are linked together. So your previous semester mark is linked with the next semester mark. It is linked with the next semester mark, and this is all merged together. I can give you another example also. What happens? Here you can see that we can see that, for example, you are buying a new vehicle, that is one block. Merged with your license, that is another block, right? So next is your insurance, which is merged as another block. So they are interconnected with each other. That's what is mentioned over here, peer-to-peer as well as a distributed network. When I buy a new car, that is entirely a different network. Then when I apply for insurance, that is entirely a different network. And when I apply for a license, that is entirely a different setup, different network. But I am connected in all the things. That is the block. Now you can see this is a wonderful example which tells how it happens. These are the various stages which occurs. Number one, I am requesting for a transaction. For example, I am telling that I want to do one transaction. For example, I want to join one course. When I am sending a request, what is happening? That request is converted as a block, right? Then what happens? That block is broadcasted. It is made visible to everybody, every node, telling that I want to join a course. Then everybody in other, right? For example, I am telling I have completed +2 and I want to join a degree course in Vivekananda College, right? A block is created, it is broadcast. So everybody, you will upload your 12th certificate. Then it is broadcasted, everybody will check your certificate, they will approve, okay, this is a valid, everybody in the sense, your higher ups. They will approve and they will acknowledge. Then for you, one block is created. Then it is checked and verified. So that's how a transaction happens. Now you can see what is told as a previous step. I am doing a step-by-step process. This in a small technical term. What do I mean is a transaction is requested. One task is requested. So here I see a transaction is requested. Then what happens? The transaction is broadcast or made visible to the peer-to-peer network. Right? It is made visible. Why it is made visible means maybe I am doing another degree course in some other college, right? And I am applying here for another course. That cannot happen. Two ways it cannot happen. Correct? So what happens? For example, take an Aadhaar card. One person, one Aadhaar card, or else one person, one voter ID. That's what. So it is broadcasted. So everybody is checking, okay, this person doesn't have an Aadhaar card still. Then they are checking. Here I will talk about the cryptocurrency, smart contract, everything. Then it is working and here new block is added and the transaction is happening. So now earlier you had only +2 certificate block. Now one more block is added under your name, which is studying UG course in Vivekananda College. You are applying for anything. For example, either Aadhaar or voter ID or license. Now they will, if they want to verify you, they will see your 12th certificate, your Vivekananda College degree certificate. That's what you can see. This is a wonderful example which tells about the blockchain. Each information is put into a block, right? Everything related to a particular user is put into a block. This is what the international companies are working on. I mean, due to COVID or anything, this is totally coming into the picture. You can see, and you can see that this is one information about you. You are studying UG course in Vivekananda. What happened? All blocks are connected to each other. What do I mean? You studied +2 in this institution and your Aadhaar card detail is this. You had a medical history of this. Your bank, you have account in this bank and this is your medical detail. These are the additional courses you have done and these are your family. Every detailed transaction about you is recorded. Please understand, here I am introducing one term called as irreversible. What do I mean by irreversible? Which means Once a block is added, then it cannot be deleted. It is good, no? For example, especially for any politicians or any health record or any application, you have the full record of a particular person. Now you can see that what is the problem, right? You can see that why I need this idea of blockchain. What is the necessity, right? I can tell biggest problem is monitoring the ownership. One business is having a separate ledger, another business is having separate ledger, right? If anything happens, they are submitting another ledger. You can see that here there is no it is ineffective because everybody are having their own database. Now, here when I need to merge, then it becomes a problem. This becomes a problem and this becomes a problem over there. So that is how, this is what is a challenge which we are telling as, challenge without blockchain, which is an ineffective and an expensive system, right? To overcome, to fix this problem only, blockchain is going to help us in a bigger manner. Now, that's what I told you. The solution is, here we had a problem. You can see the colors of the ledger. If you take bank is having a separate ledger. If you have a third party, it has, for example, phone pay. They have a separate ledger. Another is a Google Pay. They have a separate ledger. Facebook, they have a separate ledger, right? For example, your college, it has a separate ledger. I want to pay my college fees, take my account, take my money in the existing in the bank via Google Pay and pay for the Xerox. You understood? It is interlinked, but everybody ledgers are different. That's what. Now you please see the solution. All the ledgers are of same color. There is, everything cannot be shared. Don't think that whether I don't have a privacy, will it not be problem if all my details are visible? No. There are certain situations where I can set public as well as private, but here you can see that it is a common ledger satisfied. So everybody has a common data to check. For example, take your Aadhaar card. Even bank has a common link to check whether your Aadhaar card is a valid one. In that case, even your PAN card has a PAN card detail. Income tax office have the same detail. Even your institution has the same. The ledger is a common website. That's what is a concept of blockchain, which is a shared ledger. Fine. And here you can see why it is called as blockchain. What is the reason? As I told you earlier, every block, every information about me are linked with another detail. That is what is called as where the blocks are chained together. I can give you an example, right? You can, every block has some description. For example, if you take your phone, you will have something like type of the phone model. Similarly, every block will have some details called as hash key as well as the previous hash with whom I am linked. You can see here, this is the hash key for this particular block. This is the first block, so the previous hash is 0. Now take this block. You can see this is the hash code and the previous block is this. That is what is mentioned over here as well, right? You can see here, this is what is the hash mention. Similarly, this is what is the hash mention. That's what I'm coming to tell. It's a blockchain concept. Now, we are going to the next stage of telling what are the information in a block. Now I know what is a block, and I'm telling what all the informations will be there in a single block. Number one is the hash for that particular block. This is the detail of the student studying in first UG. And because it is a blockchain, it is chained. So it is connected with whom? I will connect with your +2 certificate with this. If you PG means I will connect your UG with this. With whom it is connected? This is what is the second information. And what is the data? Your UG marks. What is that? This everything will be there in a blog. This is an example. In a software perspective, I am giving a screenshot of how it will be. This is in a software perspective. This is how when we code, when we use certain apps, this is how it will be. What do I mean? You can see here I have various like block 1, block 2, block 3. Nuances are the, like you have something as OTP, an auto-generated code, okay, nuance. It will be auto-generated for each block. And it is a data which is transferred via each block. This is the previous and this is the hash code. You can always see that they are interconnected with each other. Let me give you an example. One block is the block where I bought my vehicle. That block, once I bought a vehicle, then I am applying for insurance. So insurance means they will ask you for which vehicle you want an insurance. So they are connected. For example, if I met with an accident, then my insurance will be linked with the accident claim. Hope you can understand the core concept. Okay, before moving ahead, please can I get some responses in the chat box? Are you there with me? Can you follow me? Is it fast or slow? Can all the participants drop a message in the chat box are you there? Is the speed okay? Are you able to follow me? Kindly respond in the chat box so that once I get the response, it will be easy for me to take it up further. Yes, Dhanalakshmi, you have raised a hand.
Sorry for the interruption, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
the presentation is not visible, ma'am.
Yeah, just now I reduced the presentation to
Okay,
see the
okay, ma'am.
response in the chat box.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Sorry for the dispersion.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that's
ma'am.
fine. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Nandan. Yeah, so I'm waiting for responses in the chat box to see whether you are there with me, whether you are able to follow me. I think, yes, good morning. Some students who are there in the meet can respond in the chat box. Meanwhile, if we are getting some responses in the YouTube also, please unmute and let me know so that we can follow. Okay, fine. Thank you for that response, Sujita. All right. Okay, fine. So let us continue sharing our screen and proceeding from where we are. All right. This is the place where I stopped and yeah. So let me go ahead with the next slide. Just a minute. Okay. All right. So here we are. This is where we paused discussing about the blockchain. So now talking about the key characteristics of the blockchain. As we discussed, it is shareable, it is secure, it can be set as private, scalable, and confidentiality is too much, right? Only if I give permission, I can make, not all my details, I can make it visible to the user. I can set the authenticity of the, viewing things as well. Now, what is this? There are some certain terminologies called as terminologies related to blockchain. These are all terminologies related to blockchain. Number one is the participants. What is the participants? Who are all related, who will come under the umbrella of the blockchain? The customer, the supplier, the government, the regulator, everybody will come into the blockchain, right, as a participant. Now transaction, what's happening? If it is a purchase, then I pay some amount. If it is a medical case, then I have come for consultation, that health record. If it is a sales, then sales deed. So what is the transaction which is happening right now? Now I am introducing some third new terminology, which is called as contract. It is also called as smart contract. For example, whenever we are doing any transaction, or else whenever we are signing any contract, now we have something called as doc sign, right? Springer has introduced doc sign. You no need to have a hard copy to sign. Everything is doc signed, where you can just automate it. Yes, same way, which is called as a smart contract. Automated contract is set between the user and the receiver and the user. Now, you can understand what is newness over here is, here we deal with three technologies. If you want to be technically sound, or else if you want to do some projects or any related to the blockchain, these are the three things you have to be thorough with, or you should have a very core basic knowledge about this, right? Computer networks, cryptography plays a very important role. Peer-to-peer network as well as the details related to cryptography. Then only I will be able to do the blockchain protocol. Why? When I talk about cryptography, I have a person where I have something called as public key and private key. All right, public key and private key. So here we see that a public key and private key. So what's that? That's what is happening in cryptography. When I talk about peer-to-peer network, these public key and private key are used on one-to-one basis. Then this is what is the whole data of a block, right? What is the time? What is the public key? What is the private key? What is the hash code and other information which is there available in one block? And based on timing, each block is added. That's what here it is mentioned. You can hear that's what a block is, a combination of a digital signature with the timestamp and relevant. You people will understand nowadays when we are going for NAC and NBA, there is a rule, your photo image with the geo-tagged photo. Date and time should be there in the photo. Correct? So that's what here we are telling. A public key plus a private key, which gives your digital signature with the timestamp. Right? So I will hold my private key only if I give my private key to you. Then, as you enter my private key, my signature will be updated to you. You can understand. This is a very standard information. You can see a person called Alice. A random, it has large number. Here we have a key is generated, right? So this is a program for random key generation. Fine. There are some projects which can be done in this as well. So this will generate one public key and one private key. Please, now you understand over here, this is the overall perfect concept, right? Now you can see Alice and Bob, two character Alice and character Bob, right? Okay. Please see here, Alice is telling, I will pay 500. He is signing, which is private key, which is added and sent to Bob. Now, right? Alice is sending private key only to Bob, not to everybody. Alice public key is visible to everybody. So, compulsory Alice public key plus Alice private key should be decrypted, then the amount, the message of I will pay 500 is received to go. This is blockchain. If you understood this core idea, further enhancement is all updation related to that. That's what is a concept. So every transaction, there is a private key generated over here. Now, as you understand, right, nowadays, when you are looking for an industry job, full stack development or full stack developers are playing a very good role. Same way, in blockchain also, we have certain hierarchies over the blockchain. Either talking about the open source, then with the networking concept, then decentralizing and user interface. What I am coming to tell, you will be seeing only as a mobile app or a web app. After that, you will be merging some API. It can be either open source like Ethereum, Hyperledger, or it can be entirely a commercialized one as well. After that, you will connect whom you are going to merge, whether for communication or certificate verification or a social media or assert. You can decentralize which sector you want to work. And you will be connecting with a smart contract or any other. This will be the hierarchical display which happens in the blockchain concept. If you are planning for a project or if you are planning to work on it, this is going to be the, going to be one of a booming industry because people want to track. Nowadays, what's happening? Only via Bluetooth, right? We have certain apps to check whether this person is affected with COVID or not. Later, what's going to happen in the future? Whether this person traveled, this person mingled with anybody who had COVID, whether this person, was affected by COVID earlier, anybody in his family was affected. Everything is networked and connected as a block. That's what here we are telling over here. It can be of any app 1, app 2, app 3. We sign a smart contract. Various algorithms are here and a blockchain ledger is maintained. You can see why this blockchain is important for this COVID situation. This is what is called as real-time tracking. Got it? Now, you have to install one more app which shows only the position where you are. But here in one technology, I am able to track everything. Your past record also is made trackable. But in the existing COVID app, right, as far as I know, only the people who are affected, how much this area is affected, what's happening, that only detail is there, right? Now, these are the justification why blockchain are important. Starting from decentralization, and the basic important concept is transparency, right? So that's the concept over here. Now, these are the basic connecting point of blockchain technology. When I talk about blockchain, these are the 4 other additional points connected to the blockchain. Number 1 is the record keeping. I maintain a record of all the informations, either intellectual property or how many property I own or the supply chain, all records are maintained. In addition to that, I also have something called a smart contract, right? All the smart contracts are all in one, right? All in one, that's it, right? And also the security and also about the digital currency, right? That's the overall, this is blockchain. Record keeping, maintaining smart contract, and maintaining the security and the digital currency concept. Okay, now I am going in one step ahead of the blockchain concept. where we are discussing about a public, private, as well as consortium blockchain. What is this public, private, and consortium blockchain? Okay, a public blockchain is nothing about common to everybody. It is visible. For example, your social media ID is visible. If I search, it is visible to everyone. Not your photos unless otherwise you permit. But I can search by a name which is visible to everybody. Correct? That's what is a public blockchain, which means we can view everything. Right? Now you can see. Now here comes practical perspective. Pavitra, you have raised your hands. Do you have any queries? You can drop it on the chat box. If you have a query, Pavitra, I have seen you raising your hand. Yes. Okay, I hope. Fine. We will continue. If you have, you can any query, you can post a message. Yes, Pavitra, your hand is raised. You have a query, or else was it by a mistake? Okay.
Ma'am, just wait, ma'am. Ma'am, this is Mahajan.
Yes.
Students, stay online, ma'am. Just wait, ma'am. After completion of the session, we can ask the question, okay, through the chat box.
Okay.
Don't waste your time. Please give the time for resource persons. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. All right. So here what is happening is, now here comes the software part into picture, right? Hyperledger is there, and also you have Hyperledger forums. It is free of cost. People who are working in Hyperledger join together just online only. They talk about the updates, what we can do, and sometimes they give offers, right? And sometimes they give offers for the Hyperledger, certain modules they give offer. So if we want to update ourselves in this particular domain, the first best way to go ahead is joining these particular forums, joining this particular notification sectors, where they will tell you, no, do you want to get updates? Please give your email ID. We give their email ID. So if there is any updation, they will mail us. So we get updated what's happening in the industry. So similarly, Bitcoin, Hyperledger, Ethereum, and Ripple. These are the software perspective of this particular blockchain, right? If you want, you have to explore how the open source is available, which module is available, how to work on it. That's how we have to take it up. Another type of blockchain is a private blockchain. Private blockchain is example WhatsApp group. The discussion, what is happening is privately only within that group. Nobody else outside the group can either send message or else watch the message, follow the message. That's what is the private, blockchain is all about. Now, here comes the company who are related to private blockchain is, Microsoft Azure, Rubik, and Eris Industry Multi-Chain. Why I am telling you all these things, please at least get familiarized with the names, explore, so that you get an idea about what is existing in the industry, where you can explore and work on it, right? And now here comes another third type of blockchain, which is called as hybrid blockchain, which means a combination of public and private. Example, your Facebook name is public. You got a friend. You are communicating with that friend. You got the phone number of the friend. You are calling that number and creating friendship, which is a private. Your Facebook ID, which is visible, is a public. From there, you got phone number and you're communicating, which is a private concept. That's what is the combination of public and a private. Next here, there is a consortium which is set for blockchain, right? Which means instead of allowing everybody one set of forum like Government of India, they take proper concern, they take the responsibility to approve and send the request and send the request. Now, these are all the people already who have combined and formed a forum. They are working on this concept already. You can see all the international banks over and certain companies over, they have signed up and they want, this to happen in a full-fledged. I am telling you one simple example. Now, until now, I have told you what is a blockchain, why blockchain is important, what are the advantages of blockchain, what are the various types of blockchain. Now, what I am coming to tell is, I am going to give you an example of a blockchain. For example, right? This is a good example of blockchain, which is called a supply chain, right? And now I am an end customer. This is very much useful for medical industry. Certain level, it is not, transparency is not maintained because they are afraid whether their business will be affected. But in customer perspective, this is the need of the hour. For example, you just take right here in customer perspective, right? You can see that one person manufactured a medicine, or else not even manufactured, they purchased the chemicals, right? They purchased the raw product from this person. Now, and from the raw product, they introduced a capsule, fine, and then they labeled it with a validity. Then the customer is buying. The whole transaction is visible to the customer. That's what is supply chain. Now, if there is a out of dated medicine here in any phase, the customer will come to know about that. That's what is the usefulness of the blockchain. You can see another use case related to the blockchain, which is related to the online gaming. Every game follow a one currency, correct? One point system they follow, right? But you can see that in one game you earned gold coin. This is transferable to the another game as the currency required, as a token. This is a gold coin and this is a token. All right. Now you can see here blockchain in a logistics environment. You can see that logistics is moving from full setup from the product to moving there. For example, nowadays what you happen, we have seen that when a product is not okay, right? They change the date. This is not possible in the blockchain, in the movement, right? For example, if I am sending some product to UK, here you can see the whole chain is connected to each other from the end product to the receiver. It is connected, right? And that's what, as I told you, this is a very perfect solution for the medical industry. Why? You see here, every transaction is connected, correct? No, so I get a tablet, I have a QR code. Using that QR code, I am checking about the tablet status, right? And I am checking if it is blockchain. I connected everybody and I see that verified source. If you want all the transaction, you track and trace. Whereas same tablet I bought in another shop, another tablet I bought, it shows me it is a fake. They check, no, this is not an original product. It is a fake tablet. It is not originally, it doesn't has the validity. To check not only for tablet, to check the product integrity of any of the product, blockchain is a very good resource. So only a lot of business people are finding it difficult to acknowledge this blockchain. But in certain countries, this blockchain is already implemented in education industry. Already in Hyderabad, in Telangana, it has been implemented. It is working. One of my very close friend of mine has already, working on this. They have their own company in blockchain, and it is working. They are working on that. You can see that this is a certificate issued by a school, right? So here a student is asking for a certificate. Now, why it is happening, I'll tell you. Right, student, the certificate is sent, it is shared. They are checking, and this is what is the employer doing. You already, your block is added about the school. So when the student is requesting, once the student is applying for a job, automatically your whole track record of the certificate, a verified certificate, is reaching the employee. You no need to go roam around for attestation, for notary signature, and then send. It is verifiable. And also, this is now you will, as I told you, you will think whether it is implemented already in certain countries. That will be your doubt. Here, this is this is a work done by Microsoft and Accenture. They have worked already. They are working on projects, right, which is called as citizen service. It is called as ID 2020, same like our Aadhaar card. Now what is happening? Aadhaar card is merged with the PAN card, and Aadhaar card is matched with the school admission process, bank, everything. Correct, but it is already merged. Correct, it is already merged, and centralized database is available. If they enter your Aadhaar card, it will have your PAN card, your bank details, your bike number, your housing purchase, everything is already linked, right? But it is not visible to us. That part is hidden, right? But for the business perspective, it is merged, even in India. So another good application is, which is already applicable for blockchain, is MediRec. It is again done by MIT Media Labs, which is called as medical record, maintenance of the medical record. So what do I mean by the maintenance of the medical record? Which means, once, for example, you every time when we take our parents to hospital, we also need to take one file, right? From 1947, they had that full record you have to take, but that is not required right now. What is happening? If all the record are merged together, so they will know whether this patient has sugar, or else a heart patient, or undergone another surgery. Every track record is available. It helps the doctor to find out and work it out easily. Now I am coming to introducing some other terminology called as bitcoins, right? It is a terminology which is used for express the transaction. What is bitcoins? Bitcoins are nothing but, we can see that it is a currency. Whenever I do a transaction, it was a currency. But please understand very importantly the third point. Bitcoin is the first blockchain application. It is an application which used the concept of blockchain. But blockchain is not Bitcoin. It is just a digital currency. Also understand digital currency are different from cryptocurrency. All right, that's about the blockchain, where we are now going about the smart contracts. What is a smart contract? Traditionally, we will write in one, in one document signed, right? We get in a quote, 20 rupees or 50 rupees or 100 rupees document. There we will type the content, get its signature, get it registered, so many things we do. That's a traditional way of doing it. But what is smart contract? You can see that it is a contract. It's a contract where things are written and automated. You can see the paperwork and the smart contract. When two people want to set the agreement, now both the person should have an each lawyer, paperwork are there, they have to come to a common concern, then they have to find a lawyer, register, then only it comes into picture. Please see here, smart contract, we both are the parties. We agree on the common term, same like Google Docs. Then that is written into a code which is understandable by a computer. Then it is executed, verified, and added in the ledger system. Please look at the log over here. It is log which is visible only for these two parties. That's what is mentioned over here. This can be highly used anywhere between government, management, any sort of supply chains as well. This is what is the smart contract concept in a blockchain. The definition is what is given here. It is just a computer code with a set of rules mentioned over there. That's what here it is mentioned. These are the steps followed. For example, look at the first step. I am giving a key that is a private key to a person. For that, I am setting a smart contract, right? For example, the first step, I want to sell a car. What happens? Very simple. This is a this is a very good step. One example to understand very easy. I want to sell a car. Bob wants to sell a car. Bob, what is Bob doing? Bob is just going to garage, leaving the car and the car key in the garage, but it is locked with a smart contract key. That is the step. And that advertisement is now, because it is a block created, that is visible to everybody. Okay. Now, step 3. Alice wants to buy a car. It is finding in a network that car is visible. Right? So what is happening? The Alice finds all the detail about the car, because car is a separate product from when it's purchased, what are the raw materials, what are the spare parts over the car, how it is working, everything detail is about the car. So there is no doubt whether original parts are there, engine detail, everything is there. Whether it's first hand, second hand, what about the insurance? Alice have verified everything. So now Alice decides, okay, let me buy this car. That is step number 3. So Alice is sending a private key to selling a private key from the public key of Bob. Bob told, my public Facebook address is this. I want to sell a car. Example. From there, Alice found the ID, and there he is getting the contact number of Alice. Just an example. In this case, it is a smart contract. Now what happens? The contract is verified. It is checked Okay, what now? Bob, car, and Alice. 3 details are checked. Then what happens? Everybody are authenticating that yes, Bob is a correct person, car is a correct person, the company, everybody are approving. That's what is happening in the 5th step. Then what happens? Once the contract is set between Bob and Alice, the private key is given. So what happens? Alice goes to the garage, enters the private key which was set, takes the car and moves. Fine. That's what is a smart contract transaction. Now, think on the other way. In case a thief is coming and telling that this is my car, what happens? What happens? A thief is claiming that this is my car. Thief request is again set into the network. Everybody knows that this car was purchased by Alice because the network is connected, the contract is set. But the thief doesn't know about the network, so they will find it is a wrong request. This car belongs to Alice, not to C. That's what, and they will connect the network to the police network. So that's what here we can see. You can see that you are the one making the agreement. There is no middle layer like lawyers or any sort of brokerage is not included. You are setting the code, you are setting the key, you are setting, and the document is an encrypted shared ledger. Fine, that's what. So even we have a backup. It saves our money and time. The accuracy is perfect. That's what here we set it. So let me now come to the programming part. As a computer student, what are the certain term? If I need to do a project, just as a smart contract project, what are the softwares? What are the scripting languages? Here I see I am introducing Ethereum, which is based on a language called as Solidity. It also works on script called as ECMA script. This is just an introductory to blockchain. Just I am introducing new terminologies, the software existing to make you comfortable and understand. All right. So that's the thing where Solidity is just a programming language which runs on the based on the Ethereum, right? Okay. And also let me introduce Ethereum. Now this is another software. Please explore. You will find lot of things. They use a digital currency which is called as Ether. So every time you do transaction, it is now Amazon is using some terminology called as points. Now we are familiar with what is points. Every time I buy some points, I am losing some points, so and so forth. Similarly, Ethereum uses a terminology instead of points, which is called as Ether. That's here I am introducing some terminologies. ETH, which is a base for the currencies or else the points weightage. Ethereum virtual machine, right? We know Java virtual machine. Similarly, Ethereum virtual machines. These are all used for decentralization. Then I need to know Solidity. These are all established for smart contract programming, right? And there are a lot of other more to tell. This is just a comparison between Bitcoin, digital currency, and Ethereum. Ether. Fine. Why Ethereum has gained much more focus than Bitcoin is the first point. You can see it is based on digital money. This is based on smart contract. You can see the transaction gives me send from Alice to Bob. Only that much detail I get. But in Ethereum, I get send for Alice to Bob if the date is this, The other additional conditioning options are provided, and these are more advantageous and latest. So next terminology which I am introducing is hyperledge, which is a software introduced by Linux company. Same, this is famous, right? You can see Hyperledger forums, mail notification, Facebook details, YouTube links. This is very famous, right? This is gaining popularity. Hyperledgers, same company oriented. They are softwares related to this. That's what you can see here. Just I'm showing a difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum. One by one it is showing. It is then adding everything together and giving. But here Ethereum collects all your data and given us one single transaction. Then I would like to also give you a website, right? http healthethereum.io, which is a smart contract already into existence for health issues. There are certain NPTEL courses also. If you want to study, if you want to gain your knowledge related to this particular blockchain and use case and the architecture, NPTEL has sponsored various good courses about that. You can take it on. This is one important thing. Blockchain is not only having one application. It connected to smart property, to machine learning. These are all project scope, research scope, where I can combine blockchain with machine learning, which is one of the idea, blockchain with healthcare industry, or medical image processing, or cloud computing, or energy, or grid management, or digital identity, or else hacking, or else cryptography, or else all the other information. So it is a hybrid domain which can be merged into various other, and two new sort of researches projects can come out. What are the challenges in blockchain? Company investing on this is quite challenging. There are certain standard governance and policies which are yet to be framed. And also there are some technical limitations, and it is budding. It is yet to be introduced in a full-fledged concept, right? In India, especially. Certain other countries in health domain, they found, okay, it is good, they are introducing, right? So that's how, it's working out. Certain students can take this up as a project, and you can work it on for further enhancement. As Vivekananda College also has some medical lot of institutions. This will be a good choice if somebody is taking as a project and trying to execute that. So with this, I come to the end of my knowledge sharing session on outline and furtherances of blockchain. I'm sure just I've given an introductory level and just an input about what is blockchain, a simple overall idea, an easy way for you to start up with. These are my contact informations. You are always free. Feel free to contact me via my official personal and WhatsApp number, so that I will respond to you for further collaboration or further knowledge sharing or things like that. So that's it from my side. Once again, I thank everyone for the opportunity given to me. Thank you, organizers.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your valuable speech and innovative ideas about the blockchains. We learn a lot of things like cryptography and P2P network and program, how it is extended to the day-to-day life. We are very happy for your valuable thoughts, ma'am. I request the participant, do you have any doubts? You can post your question to the chat box. Ma'am will clear the doubts. Thank you.
You can also WhatsApp me how you felt about the presentation. What was your
Ma'am,
feedback?
nice presentation,
Thank
ma'am. We are also remember some of the terms like cryptography and the hybrid networks, how it is extended, and nowadays we have a lot of applications. We are working together, but not yet aware of that. But the section will clear study about. We learn a lot of things like WhatsApp applications, other familiar Facebook applications. We have a good idea, ma'am. Thank you for your wonderful sections. Uh,
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, it's time to take up the questions.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Student,
Nanda Kumar. Thank you, ma'am. I think it's a wonderful session because before we are know about the blockchain, we have it's a magical term, and then we don't know anything about the term. But we will
sir,
get
definitely, sir.
some more. That's a clear idea, and then we have some of enthusiastic and you stimulate something to regarding the blockchain. So hereafter we will go to work in blockchain and get some more ideas from blockchain, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Nandakumar, for the opportunity.
I think the students also get inspired from your speech. They will start collecting the information from your speech, and then they will start a research work, and some of them will start their career from the blockchain and under the information technology area. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And behalf of our yes,
wait a minute, sir. Wait a minute. Sir, student, if you have any queries, please put in the chat box. Student, if you have any doubts or if you want to clarify anything, you just put in a chat box, or otherwise we will close the session.
There is no clarification.
Okay, I think
ma'am,
everyone get a clear idea, and they hereafter they will, if they get any queries means, we will mail you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity which you have given me. Always I love to get connected to Vivekananda College, the institution as such. Since we do have an MOU, we love you all girls, and we wanted to do better, much more better than what you are doing right now. Any sort of assistance from our institution, any knowledge sharing, or any sort of other collaboration which will help you to uplift and do a better job, we are really interested to take it further. We are open for that always, and we love to contribute more to Vivekananda institution. Thank you so much for that opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. On behalf of Department of Computer Science and Applications and our college, we thank you all. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
We will connect with some other programs. Later we will connect with some other programs, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So I'll just leave, sir.
Yes, ma'am.